What is up, guys? So it has been quite a while since I gave you guys an update, so I thought, yeah, why not? I'm about to play with traffic, so let's have a vlog time. This could be interesting. Let them through, else it's just going to make things real difficult. So, what's new? Nothing much really. Little Net's on the road, she's fine. She did have all that problems I explained to you guys in the last video, which of course have now been resolved. It turns out, because in the last video I just thought it could be a chunk of wire somewhere in the charging system that was fucking up with the charging system. Turned out it wasn't. It actually turns out it was the alternator was completely gone, dead. So yeah, that was an interesting one to find out, and of course one of the that was the most expensive things I need to fix. Right, I'll be back in a second, guys. I'm not going to let you have you stick around with the red light. So yeah, the alternator was the most expensive possible issue that there could have been, and it turned out that was what it was, and it cost me 200 quid on just the alternator job. I decided, of course, at the same time to get them to sort out the clutch. So, you know, if you're in for a penny, in for a pound. What's going on up here? The car's going really fucking slow. Come on. What are they doing? Fucking Renault. That's what it is. At least I'm not on that side. That could be really bad. But, so, yeah, that's what they were doing. So, yeah, it cost me 200 quid for the alternator job. I decided, let's get them to do the clutch at the same time. That cost me £99 for the clutch plate set, which was the friction plates, the steel plates, and the springs. I also bought a second-hand clutch basket because, let's face it, the clutch basket was what was causing the dragging. And yeah, I went into Ireland's yesterday, and they said they still had it, and I said there's no point in me taking it unless there's any use left in it. I wasn't going to take it, and they just turned around and said, yeah, no, it's fucked. So I said, yeah, just get rid of it, and they did, I think, anyway. I don't know, I left. So yeah, the replacement clutch basket I got, Jesus Christ, I don't know what was going through this guy's mind. The thing was in great nick. It was pretty much almost perfect condition. There was ever so slight, very minimal grooves worn into it, which was amazing. And the guy only wanted 25 quid, which 25 quid for a clutch basket, which brand new is like 300. Fucking yes, I'm not saying no to that. Your indicator's on, buddy. What's going on here? What is going on here? So yeah, the clutch basket cost me 25. Clutch plates kit cost me 100. I was in it for a little bit of postage, so that was overall, I think I spent about 130, just under. So it wasn't so bad. I don't know what's going on up here. Why is there traffic? So yeah, that cost me that. It cost me 4 hours worth of labour. That was £42.50 an hour odd or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I've got the sheet at home that tells me the price breakdown somewhere. yeah, overall, because the clutch basket and the clutch plates were a separate costing to the garage work, because they also ended up getting a new Reggie Rec, because once I got the clutch basket into them, which was Saturday, in the timeline that it was, because I took the bike into them on the Monday. They took the alternator out, sent it off, got that rewound. The static coil was rewound and put back in. That arrived back on the Friday. While I was there on the Monday, I believe. Was it the Monday? Yeah, it had to have been the Monday, because I wasn't off again until the Friday. I went into Hedgehogs and ordered a set of clutch plates from them, and that cost me 99 quid, so that was a separate costing. That turned up on Tuesday. My mum picked that up for me on the Wednesday because I couldn't get in to get them, and Friday I was still waiting on the clutch basket. It hadn't turned up. I took the clutch plates in, dropped them into them. The static coil had turned back up, ready to go in the bike. They were waiting on the clutch bits to turn up so that they could do it all in one go. Saturday the basket turned up. Of course, couldn't do anything about it on Saturday because they only do MOTs on Saturday. Lo and behold, the next Monday comes along. I take it in, give them the clutch basket. I take the drag star back to my mate Chris, because that's the one I was borrowing while Lil Annette here was off the road, thinking that they would be done for the day. And I got to them, and what do you know? The fucking regulator rectifier, Reggie Rec for short, had blown up. Yeah, it had blown up, quite literally. When I arrived, they'd taken the rear cowling off of her, and they took the Reggie Rec off. The guy who took it off, he showed me it, and lo and behold, on the underside of it, there was a fucking big ass crack on it. It's just like, Jesus Christ. That turns out that was because the alternator had pumped way too much charge through it, so it just made it go pop. So they had to get another one of that. That ended up costing 82 quid. The alternator rewind didn't cost much. That only cost like 72 quid. So that wasn't too bad. But yeah, they had to get another Reggie Rec in. I wasn't free again until the Thursday, so I had to go back and get the drag star off of Chris to borrow it again for a little while. And yeah, on Thursday I got the bike back, and it was a total charge of about £441. That kind of hurt a little bit, but what made it all better was getting this little girl back. That made everything better. The clutch is now sweet as anything. The electronics are working splendidly, so I have no reason to complain anymore. The only thing that they didn't sort out was the horn. That's still hanging on. I've got the MOT. I've got her booked in for an MOT on Saturday. The one thing I was worried about was the horn, and I asked Phil about it. He said as long as it works, it's fine. And I don't know if you can hear this. It works. Horn works, so I think I'm going to pass the MOT all right. Unless there's some hidden thing somewhere. Maybe the rear tyre or something, I don't know. Because I know the rear tyre is starting to get low on tread. I'm just heading over to Tesco. What I'll do is when I stop, I'll just give you guys a quick little walk around. That's a ZX6, that's a real old one as well. I'll give you guys a little walk around and point to where each component that they had to swap out was. Because, you know, that's a really interesting little thing to know where what goes. And, yeah. The overall costing was outweighed, of course, by the perks and everything of Lil Annette being back on the road, which is absolutely amazing, and it feels great. Also, look, neutral! I don't have to turn the bike off to find neutral! Ah! It's great! Alright, I'll be back again in a second, guys. Oh no, it won't be, because the light is green! And we're gone! Again! Oh dear, we definitely chose the wrong time to come into town. That's for certain. Alright. Straight up the middle. What the fuck was that? That was a weird noise I heard going past that car just now. So, having Lil Annette back is great. Like I say, MOT's coming. In the last video as well, I talked to you guys about the computer, which was shot at the time. I've now got a new one. All the parts turned up and I put it together myself, and yeah, hey presto, I got a new computer and it runs amazing compared to what the old computer was like. The old computer would take like 5, 10, 20, 30, maybe even an hour to start up and be usable. This one takes 25 seconds, 30 if it's on a bad day, and it shuts down in a blink of an eye. Literally a couple of seconds and it's done. So yeah, this one's a lot better. I'll do a little if you guys want, I can do a little video talking you through the computer. I mean, I might pop into PC World in a second and see about if they've got a disk drive, a Blu-ray disk drive, because that's the one thing I didn't get an upgrade for on the new computer, was a disk drive. So yeah, new computer rocks. I found the software for Sony Vegas, so I've got that installed. Now it's just a case of editing stuff. There's plans for a gaming channel come up with a mate of mine. He's decided he wants to do a gaming channel, which fair on him, I'm well up for it. The name he originally had for it, we found yesterday, has actually been taken, and that kind of sucks. So yeah, we shall see what happens with that. I'll keep you guys posted on it, because I'm going to be giving a lot of content for it. I mean, I've got a new capture card now. I'm thinking I might do a video to show the difference between old and next gen now. Primarily I'm thinking I'm going to do one with the first cutscene from Halo 3 ODST, as of course I've got the old 360 version, and now of course, because I played the Master Chief Collection between the dates that they specified, I got ODST for free on the Master Chief Collection, and it was amazing getting that for free. But yeah, so I'm going to park up. I'll give you guys a quick show of where all the little dilly-dally bits were, and then I'm going to head inside. I'm going to get some stuff, and I'm going to head off. This will probably be where the end of the video will be, so yeah. Turn her off. Right, so let's see, what should we start with? The main thing that was causing us the issue, the charging system. So we had the charging system issue, which of course it's a very important piece. The charging system will charge the battery, it will keep the entire bike powered while the bike is actually running. And that, you have the alternator just in here. Alternator's under there, it spins up, charges it, feeds power everywhere. Now the problem I had was that it was it has like 3 different ports to it. I can't remember what the guy explained it to me like. One of them was overcharging, one of them was undercharging, and one of them was doing something else completely different to the other two. The one that was overcharging, of course, was feeding all the way up to here. Under here, you got the Reggie Rec, and that is supposed to take the power that that's putting out, which is supposed to be about 80 volts, pump it up through to this. That is supposed to transfer it down, and then it feeds it back through into the battery and everything else in the bike. And that had blown up because of that. So yeah, that's how that went. Of course, you got the clutch as well. That was the other thing that was giving me the issue. And the clutch lives under this, right in where the oil is. That's why it's a wet clutch. So they swapped out the clutch basket, which is a big chunky thing which holds all the clutch plates, and they swapped out the clutch plates themselves. So now I've got a nice smooth clutch that works like a treat. They changed the oil. Annoyingly, they changed the fucking oil filter, which I didn't need because I had a really nice expensive one on. So that ended up costing me an arm and a leg. Now, she's due in for her MOT on Saturday. I've got her booked in to go in at 12 o'clock on Saturday to do her MOT over at Ireland's. So that'll be interesting. Oh, I've also lost the Monster Energy stickers that were on the fairings. That came off when I last washed her. Yeah, so got plenty more things to do. She needs a bath. I need to swap out the bar end weights here. I need to get new grips. As you can see, these are really smooth. They do still give you grip, it's just that they're really smooth right now. So they don't really offer any grip when it's wet. I'd really like to get a stubby can for her, because that would be really awesome. Make her a bit louder, and try and get my lower fairings repaired, because of course when I had the problem that was cutting out her rear cylinder back here, I had to take these off because I was worried that they might have to drop the engine out. And turns out they didn't, because it was just a chunk of wire. But when I took off the lower fairings, the mounting point that went on here, at the front here, had actually snapped. And I was wondering for a while what had caused that to snap. At first I thought to myself, have I over-tightened it? And then I thought, no, I didn't over-tighten it. I remembered back sometime last year, I hit a pheasant. And yeah, that thing bounced off the bike quite spectacularly. And so that's what caused the damage there. So I'm hoping that'll be able to be fixed. But yeah, I'll give you guys an update sometime soon after the MOT, I expect. And yeah, keep well, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out and chicken grease.